Hello. Just having a little bit of microphone trouble. Also, I know it's early in the morning for a lot of people. And generally, I'm not really on here that much. So, gonna check a few things. Okay. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Stacy. That's what I was trying to do. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I've tagged people or anything. Good morning, Gretchen Beach. Can you guys hear me okay? Because my microphone has been disconnecting. Okay, my mic is muting itself. I am not doing that. Promise. Anyhow, I just came on here to chitter chatter, and I'm on like a pleather bar stool, so not passing gas or anything like that. I did just fart. Mm? My stomach is also growling. So, I know my tech issues. Also, how do let me see something. Just in case anyone wants to. So, we went to Georgia a few weekends ago. It's really not that far from us. But went to the Stranger Things place, and we stayed in Decatur, Georgia. It's near Atlanta. There's this place here, Wild Oats and Billy Goats. And they actually have a store in Florida too. I don't know what part of Florida. It sounds pretty foreign to me, but they have a website. And they have a lot of local artists to Georgia. And I really liked a lot of their stuff. I'd go get it, but we have a towel that says that, I think I posted it. Does this towel smell like chloroform to you? I also got a little postcard that I want to kind of hang in a frame, because this is just Southern. Nikki, have you ever been to Waffle House? Do they have Waffle House around your parts and pieces? And then I really love this artist. I think his name is Seth. I'll read. I'll let you see this, and then I'm going to read. This one kind of got me because it says, he never really understood why people were so frightened of getting older. Sure, your hair changed color and maybe your eyes grew wrinkled, and perhaps you may at some point even need a cane to walk upright. But as far as Oliviero was concerned, that all seemed like such a reasonable price to pay for one more go at that wonderfully mysterious Jack in the Box of a brand new day. And I about sobbed in the store while I was reading that. His name is Seth. Yeah. We've had some people that we've been close to die recently. So it just kind of sucks. And, I'm in my 40s. feel like for a while I didn't look my age, and I'm not fishing for compliments. My body has changed, okay? And I'm struggling with that a little bit. And I'm struggling with like, oh my gosh, I potentially have like 40 more years, you know? Um, hey Chanley, happy Friday. It's kind of Debbie Downer. But this just spoke to me, especially with things that have gone on. Like, who cares? It's one more day, it's one more hug, it's one more chance to hang out on the playground, have coffee with my husband, share experiences with you guys. And that's one thing I want to say. I'm just going to do it and get it over with. I'm going to probably have my moment to cry on YouTube. So the beginning of 2020, story time, you know, the world ended and stuff. I think that's when I opened up my channel. And don't call now, because don't call now. Mike is muted, not me. Have no idea why it's doing this. I may have to undo my microphone. Now I've lost all my stamina for, or what is not stamina, wrong words, momentum. You guys mean more to me than you know. This outlet and accepting me for exactly who I am has meant so much. You know, you go through different phases in life, and your stomach growls at random times. That's pretty much happened my whole life, especially like during testing in elementary school. Somebody told me years ago when I was afraid of turning 40 that why do you care? 40 is awesome. You truly don't give a fuck in your 40s. I'm like, well, I feel like I kind of know. And he's like, no. In your 40s, you don't give a fuck. So years ago, turning 40, pandemic, all that fun stuff. And as much as some of you don't like it, LB is the reason that I started this, because I thought it was cool. She was sitting in her living room just chit-chatting. Am I still muted? Fuck. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm good. Thank you. So sorry. It just keeps randomly muting. So the pandemic happened. I'm pretty sure I can't say that word on here. The dilemma, as Isaac says. If you don't know Isaac, you're done. But it truly made me realize, like, you think you know, but I'm like, holy crap, everything as we know it could be gone in an instant. Like, we know that somewhere in the back of our head, but truly, like, we I felt like I knew that then. And I wanted to stop apologizing for who I was or making excuses. And this isn't some, I'm not revealing a big secret or, I'm kind of boring. I'm a straight woman in the suburbs. But speaking of that, I'm a mom in the suburbs who has a lot to say and a lot to think about. I'm sarcastic and I really don't fit in a lot of places. Um, Here in South Carolina for some reason. Everywhere else that I've lived in the world, I have. I do have friends here, but like the gentleman said to me, you kind of don't give a fuck in your 40s and you realize that you only have so much time and energy. And again, going back to the dilemma, not having to go to birthday parties and all this kind of stuff, like just, I only want to spend time doing what I want to do. And I don't even mean that selfishly. Of course, I'm going to be there for people. Of course, I'm going to do things. But a lot of times my sarcasm, especially around these parts, I'm not trying to, everybody is who they are, right? But I'm not, hey y'all, how's the Clemson game? Okay, praise the Lord. Even though I'm a Christian, I'm like, I don't fit in many places. I do. I'm not some desperate loner, but I am a loner. My stomach will not stop trying to participate in this conversation. And that's intentional, not my stomach. That is so not intentional. But my life has a lot of meaning, direction, and purpose now. Just for me. And of course, my family and my husband. But I just kind of got rid of some I don't know. I'm going to ramble too long, but a big shift in my social life changed at the end of 2020. And meeting people that I met, even though they turned out to be who they are, it has always led me to more interesting and fun people. And I never thought that people would get me, that other people would like the things that I like, that they would understand dry humor, that I wouldn't have to explain myself, that I'm just joking and, everything like that. So, you guys really mean a lot to me. And I really like doing this and interacting with all of you. I'm fucking crying on YouTube. So that being said, this artist also, I'm going to read his description once I turn it right side up. Now I want to go stalk and meet this dude. But Seth lives and works in the mountains of West Virginia in a small town named Thomas. It is a place of compelling, if not incomparable, magic. There he co-owns the White Room Art Gallery and runs his solo art space called Creature. He is self-taught, did not go to art school, and could not draw a shoe very well when he was young. And this is something that also speaks to me because I don't know a lot about art, but I think that's super cool and talented. And I like drawing and painting, but I've never taken an art class. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I like it as an outlet, and this gave me hope and inspiration. That maybe I never have to take an art class. Maybe I just freaking try, just another outlet and another self-expression. And as much as people bash social media and whatever, I also love TikTok very much. And there's an artist on there named Mark. I believe he's from the New York area. He is so cool and calming, so different than me. and he gives drawing tutorials, and his tutorials also just kind of like calm me and speak to me too. Like I feel like he gives life lessons in there too. This dude has like probably 1 million followers. I did a little eyeball tutorial, I don't know, this past whatever, and I tagged him in it, and I was like, look, I did it. And he was like, good job. And I just think it's cool to connect. And he took the time to connect. And that's what I appreciate through all of this. I have no idea why I like connecting. Jeez Louise, I'm so fucking weird. So I guess that made me feel good that with what this dude says, he's never taken an art class, and through just little tutorials on TikTok and little connections, it's makes me feel good, because to me, life is about connection. Little things aren't little, they're big. And I like it. His time is mostly spent marveling at the innate divinity of common things. Having small parades with the good people he's been lucky enough to come to know, consuming various forms of sustenance and making art. He considers daydreaming essential, wonder imperative, and an unyielding reverence for life boundlessly indispensable. And I don't know, that's kind of another thing, like everyday little common things. I really like. I like learning about people's day-to-day life, their perspectives, their experiences that I may never experience. So on an emotional level, I just like learning like the normal everyday stuff. I like knowing why people like what they like. As much as I like sharing, I like knowing as well, and learning and connecting. And then on a geeky level, besides TV shows and stuff, which I need to start talking about again, because I want to. And that's the thing. That's the thing. I started this off and I got caught up in, like, maybe by a little bit of influence of, I don't want to say trying to be a YouTuber, but like, oh, the only way I'm going to get people to connect with is if I have a schedule, and if I have this, and if I have that, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, fuck that shit. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. That's not who I am. And I really think way back in the YouTube days, if I remember correctly, people just kind of uploaded whatever the hell they wanted, and people came. So I'm going to do more of the same. And the everyday interesting things, like my nerdy things, almanacs have always been something I'm interested in, because it's not the weather predictions that I like. It's that you get a glimpse of what life was like back then, because they put things in there like when court was open, the train schedules, when government offices were open, letters home from soldiers. It's just a whole bunch, and different advertisements. You can get a feel for people, like, don't let your man down. Be in the kitchen when he gets home. I let my man down every single day. But I found this while thrift shopping yesterday, and it's not going to take the place of almanacs, but I'm just like, wow, something else exists. It's called the Century Illustrated Monthly Magazine, and this is from November of 1886, which is freaking amazing. Guess how much I paid for it? Guess. 50 cents. So I did a little research on this, and again, it has just kind of like your 1800s Reader's Digest, I would have to say. And it has cool advertisements in it. It has, I believe, some of these, and I have to see if I have the year. I think I might. I believe I researched, and it said from 1880 to 1890, they had basically interviews with Civil War soldiers. And I'm not some like war history buff thing, but hey, PJ. But again, what I find interesting is people's perspectives, their emotional perspectives, and definitely when you see and hear two sides of an experience. So the editor interviewed soldiers on both sides of the war during this time period and printed them in here. So, I mean, you get firsthand like knowledge and experience. So, that's pretty amazing to me. So yeah, just little everyday life things. And I didn't necessarily have anything specifically to talk about other than I get caught up in my head sometimes about doing stuff like this. And I think I don't need to. I think I just need to do it. And I know what I'm scared of. I'm scared of putting myself out there and nobody will come. And it's not because I don't want, not nobody will come. I won't connect, which in turn takes people to come. So, me, my whole self, I'm afraid of putting that out there because I fear rejection. So there you go. I put it all out there. Anyway, you guys are so freaking sweet. I have been kind of reading the comments a little bit. Let me see. Stacy says, meeting Jackie on here brought my twin Kim into my life, so no regrets, even though she turned out to be wacky. Amen on some of the other people. I hate when people are like, I don't want to say their names, but I think we all know. Accent, satire, and sweet flowers. You know? Chanley says, sometimes you just want to be you, not someone's mom. Yes. It can be exhausting to fit yourself into that box all the time. Yes. And I find it very difficult not to be me. Sure, I have mom mode. Sure, I have professional mode. Not really good at the military spouse mode. But I'm still a version of myself in those, which I think most people are and should be. But man, around here, it's just you at the playground with your kids, you're always talking about the PTA and oh my gosh, don't even act like you know a curse word. Yeah, I'm not going to sit there and say, well, I have said curse words. Kids, maybe that's why they don't talk to me. I think we've solved the problem solved. Yeah. It's me. Flowers in the chat for the ones we lost. Oh, love it. Lost, loved, and kicked to the curb. Stacy says, I don't fit in well with people here either for the same reason. Life's too short for me to fake happiness. I agree. And it's just so strange. Again, grew up in Florida. I've lived overseas. I went to a boarding school in Virginia for a little while. even though I'm not like friendly and outgoing and bubbling, like what you see here is just me talking. I wouldn't quite say I'm an introvert, but I'm also don't go out of my way to, depends. Very much depends. So my point is, I can make friends. I can keep friends. Here, it's so weird. If any of you watch Southern Charm on Bravo, that is a more intense version of how it is, but it's how it is here in South Carolina. It's in my town, it's becoming different because a lot of people have moved. It's now like a decent mid-sized town, and people have come from all over. So it's not as different, but legit, or it is more different. Anyway, how I met my husband is basically due to me not fitting in here. Yeah, I won't tell you the details of the story. That sounds more scandalous. I basically, where I was, stuck out like a sore thumb, and he tried to come up and talk to me. I was like, don't even bother. Just, I'm not who you think I am. Just go away. Like legit said something like that. And it didn't work. Chanley, I feel you so deeply on this, JC. I always feel like I don't fit in with the typical moms because my humor is so ridiculous. I just get blank stares unless I'm with girlfriends who have known me forever. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, the sweet flowers. I'm a sketchball. I love connecting to other women, but the moment I feel any clinginess, I'm like a fart in the wind outie. You know what's weird? I can relate to that. Because sometimes I have high expectations of other people, right? Like, why? But so I'm afraid to get close to people. Not afraid. Now, clinginess, though, like clinginess, like, hey, you didn't respond to my text that I sent 5 minutes ago. Is everything okay? No, Josephine, it's not. You're a stalker. I can't take that. I'm bad at responding to things like that anyway, because I've chosen, if that's another thing where I don't put as much of my energy into it. I just don't. Yeah. Stalker people, neighbors who are like, hey, I noticed your car was gone. Where'd you go this weekend? Get a machete. I don't know. Yes, Josephine needs to chill the fuck out. For real. But anywho, that's about it. I'm supposed to be going somewhere in a little bit to see about getting another booth at another antique place, which I truly love, and my husband's really supportive of. But my mic is not unplugged. It's not. Right? Now, if it were 69, the reason I would not respond is pretty obvious. So I've lost friends in real life for those reasons. I'm not emotionally prepared to be anyone's personal safety blanket. Yes. You go through a hard time, right? But I can't always be there for someone, even just socially. I think it's exhausting. And I think that's another reason why I like the internet is, for the time being, I have a really thick boundary, but can still be close to people. None of you are expecting me to have lunch with you tomorrow. And if you are, you're going to be sorely disappointed because I'm not showing up. But anyhow, that's all. Expect me next week to be an emotional wreck because I'm pretty sure the season finale series and season finale of Handmaid's Tale is next week. I don't know what to do about it. And that's about it. I hope you guys have a good day. And there was something in my eye earlier. That's all that happened. Bye.